Welcome back to Low Luxury, the channel where I show you what authentic luxury clothing and streetwear looks like. Today, I am going to be showing you a real pair of 80s Odessa sneakers. They're like these platform skate sneakers. They're really cool, so let's get into it. Oh, and hey, before I forget, subscribe to my channel. If you're into this video, you'll probably be into a bunch of my other ones, so get into it. So first things first, let's get a look at this box. So it is on the slightly larger side, as is kind of the trend for these chunky sneakers, coming in at about 14.5 inches by 11 inches. And you can see, obviously, it is this kind of cow print pattern, but if you look closely, especially in the blacks, you can see that there is a kind of texture to it, right? You can see these little mini dots in there, and that is the texture of the box. And then on top of there, semi-embossed, I guess, or almost, I think, debossed, actually, you've got this glossy silver 80s kind of handwritten graffiti-style logo. So there's nothing on any of the sides or bottom of the box, except for one of these short sides, which has this stuff on it. And this is not a box with a lip. It actually has these kind of bits which fold out, and then it opens up like there on a hinge. And then inside the box, you're going to find a couple things. You're going to have a really large brown dust bag, and that's got these kind of long shoelace, kind of skinny shoelaces at either top side here. And in the bottom right, it's got this embroidered 80s tag stitched on the left and right, and then left kind of open over the middle, and you can see it's kind of folded over there. You're also going to get 2 extra laces in this kind of off-white, and you can see these are some big boy laces here. Now let's get looking at the shoe itself, right? The fun part. So as you can see, it's a fairly simple skate silhouette for the upper, but then this sole, of course, is this crazy platform, chunky, ridged thing, which gives it this whole new elevated, no pun intended, kind of silhouette. And you can look at that suede and you can see it is a rougher suede, a bit of a more textured suede, not too soft. So you can kind of see these slight differences in color and such. And I think that gives it an interesting vibe. It doesn't make it too kind of posh or clean. It gives it a bit of edge there. But as you can see, it is a pretty textured suede. And coming off the back between these 2 ridges here, right before it kind of starts to turn into the back, I guess you get one more off here, then I consider these the back. So coming off between these 2, you get 2 stitches that go up to there, but then you'll note that the stitch coming from the laces portion over to the counter is also pink, matching with the suede, whereas these stitches are white. Now if you take a look at the vamp going into the laces, you can see it's very simple, just that one piece of suede. And the stock laces that come with it are skinnier than the extra laces that come with it. The other ones are much fatter, wider out this way. You can see we get metal sort of hex grommets for the laces. And these pieces are double stitched in the white, going up to there and then curving around and meeting at a kind of diagonal triangle point up there. At the tongue, much like the dust bag, we get this sort of glossy 80s tag with that in black, and that is stitched in the same color as the tag on the bottom, and then it goes around to the inside, where it is then stitched in again right there. Now let's take a look at the back of the sole and the counter here. So, of course, you've got that 80s logo, and that is kind of embossed there in the same color as the sole. It's got its sort of faceplate there. And then you've got this purple sort of ribbon for a pull tab, right? And that's stitched in up to there, and then right there, it turns into the opening for you to pull on. And you can see the shape of that counter there, it comes in right there. This side here is much the same as the other side in how it looks, but you do get 2 sort of grommets in there for, increased airflow. A skate shoe, skate style shoe should have some kind of breathability to it, right? And for the sole, you can see those ridges coming out here, and then there's a sort of, opening right there for the main sole, which is a slightly darker rubber here, a textured rubber. And then carved in fairly deep here with this kind of ridged cutout here, you've got a black rubber embossed 80s sort of stamp there. And now if we look towards the inside of the shoe, we can see that it turns from the suede here to, I'm guessing that feels like a sort of leather, or a faux leather potentially, probably faux leather, and that turns to white here. The inside of the tongue is sort of an off-white canvas, and you do get a heat press tag there with the 80s logo, but that's not the handwritten logo. That is a sort of typeface there. Then you've got your sizing, make sure that all matches. And then you've got your fabrication, right? Leather upper, rubber sole. Made in Vietnam. The insert here is a kind of rough off-white, and it's got that black handwritten logo printed on it. And that insert does appear to be glued in there. And you can see on the inside of the shoe where that faux leather kind of stops for the extra protection kind of for the heel and ankle and turns into just the inside of that suede where it looks like they've got a kind of canvas lining potentially. So that is how you tell the difference between a real and a fake pair of 80s Odessa sneakers. Take a look at this other video on screen, subscribe if you like it, give this video a like because that's super helpful to me, and I will see you next time.